Hello everyone, Mark here from the Good Manager's Guide. And as always, we're coming to you completely unscripted and keeping it as real as we can. And the reason for that is we understand that your day at work as a manager, leading others, is completely unscripted too. And your life at work is very, very real. So with that, in this snippet, what we're going to do is we're going to discuss how you can get yourself one step ahead of the game when it comes to your employees and engaging with your employees on a one-to-one basis. Now, what you'll need with that is a framework. And the framework you can find in our level 1 course at thegoodmanagersguide.com. But for now, let me give you a high-level overview of what we're talking about. Let's take an imaginary ladder. And that ladder is the ladder that people climb. Okay, it's their career ladder. And as they climb it, you are going to help them achieve certain needs and wants and get them into a future position that they don't even realize they need to be in. By doing that, that's where the future focus, the proactivity, and the empathy comes in. And I'll reveal to you at the end what it makes you look like as a manager versus, and how it differentiates you versus every other manager out there. Now, let's take an employee on the left-hand side of this ladder. Employee X. An employee X, at the moment, let's say they're a junior member of staff and they're on the first rung of the ladder. Well, what you're going to find here is that people are coming to work. This person in orange, employee orange, is coming to work because they need money, they need to pay the rent, they need to buy food, they got to pay for heating and electricity and those kind of things. So what are you going to do? Well, you're the manager on the right hand side up here, and you're going to be engaging in conversation with this person, okay? And as they're telling you things about their life and what's going on in their livelihood, and you're not quite sure what to do with that knowledge, well, now you're going to be looking at it saying, well, I'm going to help you achieve those things. If you need to pay your rent, I'm going to make sure that you've got good pay so you're motivated to come to work. So the logical reason why you're going to come to work is money. Okay, if you need to pay your electricity bills, I'm going to try and get you some overtime. Okay, well, I'm going to try and get you a bonus. I'm going to try and get you something else. Whatever that need is that they have at the base layer of that ladder that they're on, you're going to try and help them achieve that. Now, this is where you start to have empathy, because you are listening, you're engaging, you're invested in what they say. Okay, so you've got empathy going on. But you're also being proactive because you're listening to what they say. Why? Because you don't want this person coming to you and talking to you. No. That's not what you want. You want it the other way around. You want to be going to this person and speaking to this person and engaging in dialogue. So they see you coming, they hear what your questions that you're asking them, and they start to feel that you are invested in them. Back to empathy, right? But you're proactively having a conversation with them. You're not just waiting to an end of month one-to-one. You're proactively engaging in dialogue with them consistently to get to understand them better. Now, here's where the kind of secret sauce comes in. Because after all of this is going on, we've got your future focus right here. And with your future focus, what you are doing is you are consistently looking at how you get them to this next level. Now, they might not tell you about things that they want or need that will give you an idea of what that next level looks like for them, but you can create it. And you can start to engage in more dialogue with them in terms of job security and the role that they play at work and the stability that they've got, and how maybe it might, in this section, it might be certifications or more learning, okay, and getting more qualifications, or being open to more project orientated work, or stepping out of their comfort zone to the unknown. And you're going to support them and create a safe environment for them to work in, so then they start achieving these things too. But here's the brilliance behind it. They never asked for it, because again, you're being proactive here. Look, this red arrow right here, you're being proactive. You are going to them with a future focus saying, hey, look, I know, and let's do it in a color that you can really see. Let's do it in blue, right? You're going to say to them, look, I know that you've been talking to me about these things down here, but guess what? I'm helping you get these things, but I'm also focused on these things too. And I've got opportunity for you. Would you like to go and achieve X? Would you like to try this? This is outside of the norm for you, but there's a project and there's some people there working on this thing. You'll be exposed to these new things. This will make all the difference with this person in orange, your employee orange. And I told you I'd reveal to you how it makes you, how they see you as a manager and how it differentiates you. You will be seen as a visionary. And that is the difference between you being an average manager that goes to work and just huffs and puffs and gets on with it because you've got to deal with people. That's the difference between someone who does that and then now the person who you're going to become that visionary who is invested in listening to these people and knowing what to do with that information that comes your way when they're answering your questions and they're telling you about their livelihoods, who they are, what their hopes and dreams are at work, and how you're going to help them climb that corporate ladder. Okay. Now, finally, the last thing is what you'll find is that this person, employee orange, they're going to gravitate to you. They are going to naturally gravitate to you. You don't want them coming this way. Remember, you don't want them coming this way. You don't want them doing that. You want to be approaching them. They're going to gravitate to you and they're going to talk to you about things. And then they're going to go round and they're going to gravitate to you again. And they're going to keep coming back for more. Okay. That's what you want. You want an employee that understands that not only are you listening and invested in them, but you're helping them. And that's your job as a manager. Okay. That's how you stay one step ahead of the game. That's how you get good retention. Okay. That's how you get better performance from your employees. And you start to get more cohesiveness in the team because you do it on an individual basis with your team members. Okay. And they will talk. Your team members will talk and they'll start to talk about you differently. This visionary, this person is proactive, this person is invested in them. All right. Cool. I hope this has helped you out. Come to goodmanagersguide.com, level 1. Check out our e-learning hub. We've got loads to share, loads more coming. Until then, this is a Good Manager's Guide, making it happen for the managers of today and the future leaders of tomorrow coming through the ranks.